dressing full drag. I'll do my nails, get my toenails done, and it's just gonna be you and I. Open your mouth, baby.
into that 5'7" booty. I would blow off hunky in an awkward. I wonder how large them beef curtains are. Beef curtains, beef curtains. I love hunky beef curtains, beef curtains. I love them hunky beef curtains, beef curtains. I love hunky beef.
Completely nude, laying on the couch, arm above the head.
Beef curtains, I love hunky beef curtains, beef curtains. I love them hunky beef curtains, beef curtains. I love hunky beef. I wonder how large them beef curtains are. Beef curtains, I love hunky beef.
love that.
Now I can stop thinking about how hot Punky is.
I love you. Meat flash. It depends on how much they pay. That's my gunshot wound.
Imagine. You don't have to pay.
My new asshole.
That feels amazing.
Yes.
Punky's ass feels amazing, man. Beef curtains. Beef curtains. I love them Punky beef curtains. Beef curtains. I love Punky beef. I wonder how large them beef curtains are. Beef curtains. Beef curtains. I love Punky beef curtains. Beef curtains. I love them Punky beef curtains. Beef curtains. I love Punky beef.
Completely nude, laying on the couch, arm above the head.
Beef curtains. Beef curtains. I love Punky beef. I just trimmed my ass hairs.
Just a little bit. All around.
Punky is a total biddy.
Oh my god. My new asshole.
You got beat by Blue's dick.
Yes. All the time.
Now I can stop thinking about how hot Punky is in an awkward position.
Oh, is that the...
Dick.
Yes. Oh, Christ.
That feels amazing. Coot shot.
Keep going. It's great.
Hello, and welcome to the Collectibles stream. I think it's like episode 9 or some shit. How y'all doing though? It's been pretty good. Now, I do understand the internet problems. I don't know what the fuck is happening, but it's not a EarJuice only issue. It seems to be a whole city issue for the last few weeks, where whole towers won't, there's no data. Yesterday we had the same problem where I went to the Comic-Con, we just had no data. It just wouldn't stream. It just wasn't enough. And everybody all day that I spoke to were complaining that they couldn't even do simple things on their phones. So it's a bit of an issue. So what is going to happen? I am on fiber optic at the moment, but it loves to gas all the time and it will just drop out. And I am expecting it to drop out at some point during the stream. So when it does, it'll take about 15 seconds and then the 4G is going to kick in and then the stream is going to run like us. So we can look forward to that. But enough of me blabbering on. Stretch, how have you been doing?
Shit, good. Just working my ass off, trying to stay alive.
Oh, yeah. Are you fixing a car
Yep.
or something at the moment?
No,
No.
never. Never fix cars, ever.
That's it. Alright, so let's just check everything. That seems to be okay. Everything seems to be running for the moment. We will jump over to the main screen. Oh, also see the swamp thing that's behind my chair on that screen. And we'll jump over to main, of course. So, I just thought I'd let it run, and this is some of the footage from yesterday. So since I couldn't get the stream working, what I did instead is autistically spoke into a phone camera all by myself while I walked around. Yeah, those things were weird. And just got some footage, and then I edited it all together last night because that's how nice I am for the 3 people that wanted to see it. And I put it all together in a video. That's already public. If we have time, we'll go over some of the stuff, some of the highlights today. But we'll see how we go. Rightio, our guest hasn't turned up yet. I'm wondering if they're going to be turning up in an hour's time because of daylight savings.
Yep.
They're actually, but they're from, I think they're from South America, by the sound of their accent. I don't know. Today we had, we've got KEK7go. I don't know if that's how they want to be referred to, but they should be turning up today. They're actually from Nick Ricator's Discord. They're one of the main mods over there. So, I don't know. They're cool. It's a nice Discord over there. They've got really good VCs and other stuff. So it's been It's been pretty nice. Oh no, I lost my piece of paper. Now I don't know what we're going to talk about. Alright, I got a few little things that I need to go over. We'll probably go with the NASCAR stuff first. Oh no, here he is. Here he is. Look at that. Speak of the devil. Hello, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning there. I thought we were going to begin in an hour, but it seems there was a bit problem with the times.
Yeah, that's why I said to you, yeah, I think it's like 9 hours or something, and sent you the stream link to check, because it's always a bit weird. Oh, what's that noise? Is that a bloody... How do I even read that? So Cross Stretch donated $1. I'm the big mad. It's because I'm a black homosexual who can't fix cars. Well, that's a shame, Stretch. That is a shame. Let me guess. That's gonna start. We're gonna get quite a few of those coming through today, if people.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right, so KEK, before we get back to you, what else are we doing? So today, KEK's going over some Warhammer stuff. Karuzi will probably be happy because I think it's mainly Slanesh stuff. Am I correct in saying that? Hopefully.
Sadly, no.
Oh, I'm not correct.
There is some Slanesh stuff that I could talk about though.
Ah, that's the stuff you want. Yes, okay. No, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Stretch is going to show his NASCAR stuff, and I'm just going to go over some of the footage that we're seeing on the screen if we have time. We also have prizes today. We also have prizes. I've got to give away this damn alien toy. I accidentally bought 2 of them. We're going to be giving away one at some point, but then I also bought something yesterday as well, and it is a cute little cat in a basket with a battle tank of some description, and it captures butterflies. It's weird. It's Japanese. Oh, there's Punky's vagina on screen. But yes, we have some prizes, and we've got a Weeb prize for anybody named Captain Weeb, if he so claims it, as well. I bought him something just for him. If you saw in the footage, you would have seen it. I have one other thing to talk about. KOG cucked in a wall merch. I am taking it down. I hope everybody understands why. I think the point was made. That's coming down. You've got another day. I'll probably do it at some point. I'll try and do it this afternoon. I just keep forgetting, really. And I gave all the profits to KOG too, and Psych. And John Kelly. The video probably won't be ready by today. The John Kelly stuff, we ended up going on a bit more of a deeper dive. There's some other people that have come forward for interviews. So there's going to be... part 2 was just going to close up what was happening in part 1. But for those of you who care, part 2 is going to be that, but it's going to be a lot more as well. And it's going to be going back into the Gamergate stuff, GG Revolt, and a whole bunch of other things. So... but it's just going to take time. It may not even be by next weekend because there's a lot of stuff to go through and I want to get it right. But that is all from me. So, how do you want to be referred to? KEK7go or just KEK or?
People usually refer me as KEK, but KEK7go is fine too.
I think, well, KEK would be a lot easier. Alrighty, well, I guess let's get into your stuff. I'll turn this off. So, last week, or no, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, that we did the Warhammer 40k stream, where Mr. Man came on and showed his collection.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't stream last week.
Oh, we got lazy, must have. So, KEK, you are also into Warhammer, it seems. Would you like to tell us about that, sir?
Sure, so I've been into Warhammer in general for roughly a bit over a decade. And I started collecting miniatures on 4 years ago I got into collecting miniatures because I was diagnosed with from moderate to severe depression, and my psychologist told me that I should need change in my life. I need a hobby, and I've been thinking about getting to these models for a long time, and that was a good chance I could say excuse that this is a medical thing and not just buying tiny plastic men for my own enjoyment.
Yeah, that's it.
My I started by buying the Dark Vengeance box that came with the 7th edition 40k. There's a picture of the box set at the moment.
Oh, okay. And so is that like a starter kit or something like that?
Yes, it was an old starter kit for the 7th edition 40k.
Yeah.
I was supposed to start, collecting painting with a co-worker of mine who was a Polish rent worker. And this Polish rent worker sadly had the same it was around November, December, because he got news that his rent agreement wouldn't be, renewed. So I was stuck with all the paint and all the models by myself. But I got the excuse of doing this for medical reasons, so I painted all the things by myself.
Yeah, cool. And so that was your first attempt at painting that sort of thing?
Yes, these are my first miniatures. They are shit, but I love them.
Oh, they're alright.
I think everybody probably feels that all their miniatures are crap. They could always be better, but they always love their miniatures.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to see, but we will. Get
Yeah,
better
the
into
pictures
it.
are horrible because I don't have a photo set. I have some closer pictures of some of the models.
Yeah, we'll look at those then. Oh, this one is actually. This is pretty cool. It kind
Yeah,
of looks like
that's
a
the-
Mothman. I haven't seen moths.
That's the Chaos Lord that comes with the box. It's probably my most favorite model that I have ever painted because it was the first model I was very proud of.
Yeah, that's cool. Sorry, I was just looking at the screen. Yeah, so yeah, look at all the paintwork and everything. And did you try and because Mr. Man, he was like, they were modifying and putting cloaks and other accessories and even making axes out of other little bits and stuff like that to modify some of their miniatures. Have you ever tried doing that as well?
Bash kitting, yes, I have done it. I don't think I have picture because there is a picture of my Dark Eldar army, and I bash kitted a Dark Eldar Archon from the which was it again? The Flayed Skull Cabal. Their Archon is a bash kit that's actually showed by Games Workshop how you do it. So it's like has a different helmet from a different kit and a weapon, and it shows how to put a flag on its back. But I don't think I have pictures because at that time I had a horrible camera and I had hard time taking pictures, and because in both times where I lived in different places, I live in a place with this horrible yellow lighting from communist era fucking buildings. So everything has a yellow tint to it, if you can see.
Yeah. No, that's all good. Oh, god damn it, I forgot what I was gonna ask. So, have you read all of, like, have you started getting into the lore books and other Warhammer stuff?
Yes, I posted some of my favorite books in the link, but I haven't read all of it because it's impossible because there's so much books. But specifically, for example, I haven't read all of the Horse Heresy, which is a popular question amongst fans to read.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, and the other thing I did want to ask, did you coincidentally get into this at the same time that everybody else in Nick Ricada's Discord got into this? Or is that how
No,
you
no,
found
no.
Nick Ricada? Or, like, is it
It's
just
actually
coincidental?
how me and Nick Regata got to be such good friends. We bonded over our love of Warhammer.
Ah, okay. So it wasn't the lore stuff that you're not really watching them because of the Vic case. Well, you might be as well, but you sort
I
of bonded
started
on it.
watching Nick Regata also. Hi, people. You may not know who I am. I'm an internet nobody, but people mostly know me as a community manager for Nick Regata. So I found Nick Regata when he started doing the Maddox case. Actually, I was a huge fan of the biggest problem podcast,
Yeah, yeah.
and I believe it was Reddit where I saw this. There's this fucking weird Minnesota lawyer doing this drunken rant, and I just fell in love with this man.
Oh, that's a bit homosexual.
Well,
I'm only joking. Oh, that's cool.
what do I help with?
And then he was. And then he was into Warhammer, and at the same time you were getting into it, or is he the one that?
I
one of the
was
people that
into it
talked to you?
already. I was totally into it. I've been into 40k for when I played the video games. I started with the Dawn of War when it came. Was it 2005? Yes, it came 2005. Ever since that, I've been into Warhammer. I've known about the miniature games and such for a bit longer than that, but that's when I first really got into Warhammer. I really started understanding the lore and what's going on.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like that's the hardest part, I think, is like especially looking at the Mr. Man's collection. Like it's massive. You know, he just puts it all out on this massive table, and then all of a sudden he shows all that, then it cuts away, then there's another massive table, and he's like, oh yeah, there's all this other stuff as well. It's just like, god damn it. And he's just sometimes he's talking about all this lore and everything that's going on, and you sort of follow it. Like I was trying to show that last week, like some of the lore and that, but really, yeah, it's very complicated. There's a lot to it.
There is so much, like, it's when people are like, hey, I want to get into Warhammer. What do I do? Where do I start? It's like one of the hardest questions. And there has been some heavy debates about that in Nick Ricada's Discord. Because I'm one of those weirdos who believes that you should not start with the Horus Heresy series myself. There are much better starting points for the Warhammer stuff, in my opinion, but that's just me.
And so that you mean starting points for where you could play your game and do your sort of base your campaigns and battles?
Rather how to get into the lore.
Ah, okay. Yep.
The lore is massive. I mean, the lore based around the Imperial Man already is a massive universe itself. Let alone adding all the chaos stuff, all the Xeno stuff.
Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. All right. Well, here's one of your other figures. I like this one too. This one's pretty cool. They all have these really good helmets. If I had a helmet like that, I would be set for life. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I really like the Dark Vengeance box and the Chaos Marines that came with it because they had a lot of personality.
And so, what army are these from, again?
These are Chaos Space Marines.
Okay. Ah, so they're Chaos. All right, I got you.
Yes, these are painted in a warband of the Red Slaughter.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. And so, how would you describe Chaos to someone that doesn't really understand it? Chaos would be like the sort of... It's like the evil in the world and a mutation, sort of, at the same time.
Chaos is... again, it's like, how do you describe evil within the Warhammer 40k universe? It's because it's very grim dark. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
but they would be the de facto evil. They are the force that's out there to destroy humanity. They are the dark side of us. They represent our fears, our vices, so to say.
Mm. Yeah, because I remember the fantasy roleplay, which is like the D&D version, except it's the Warhammer medieval sort of stuff, and Chaos was basically all the dark magic, but at the same time, it was just stuff that if you went and touched it, you're gonna get fucked up, and you may have a bad time, but then again, you may end up with a third arm, and it'll give you an extra shot if you're firing with bows and arrows and stuff. You know, it was this weird thing that could do really interesting shit.
I've never played that, but I have a British friend of mine who played that, and he told me endless stories about his halfling who got to become a hermaphrodite because he touched some chaos shit.
Yeah, well, I remember one guy that we're playing with. He got some sort of chaos thing. I can't remember what. I just remember he had really good dodge stats, but I think it's because half his body melted away or something, and he couldn't walk into bars and things like that anymore, and he didn't have any charisma, and because he just stank. Yeah.
That sounds like chaos. That you know.
Yeah, that
you
was
get
chaos,
some,
yes.
you lose some.
Yeah, it always does. It does weird and wonderful things, but that's in the fantasy roleplay stuff. Well, you know, there is the minions of chaos and the demons and all of that stuff as well.
Yes, I also do some collecting. I don't have any quote-unquote old world fantasy stuff because when I started, Age of Sigmar was just beginning.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I like this Wolverine guy. Man, they are cool designs. I get what you mean. Oh, this guy's taking his helmet off. That is a pretty cool helmet. And he's got a skull cogpiece. Just what you always need.
Yes, I mean that is a lot of the aesthetic of chaos, especially in the around 7.6 edition. Is you have a lot of skulls, despite even not being part of the core faith. Skulls for the skull throne, blood for the blood god.
That's it. Chaos is the good guys. Reckons cosmic whales. There you go. So.
Well, it
not
seems
evil at all.
Wales
Whoops.
finally has come around.
Bugger. Was that the next picture? I may have buggered it up.
Yeah, this is the next picture. I tried to put them in some kind of going through the dates of my collecting.
Yeah. This is cool.
This is my Dark Eldar army. That is the pretty much only quote-unquote complete army I have.
Yeah. So you were saying that you find it difficult to find games and actually play with people because of where you live anyway. So it's sort of like more of a connection. Yeah.
Yes, I live in very, very rural Finland. So to have any playmates, I need to drive around 1 hour and 30 minutes to get to closest game store. And because, Finnish people in general are introverted as fuck, and I'm already super introverted, it's like, I don't know how to make friends in real life and, get playmates. But I don't miss the gaming aspect of this, because for me, this hobby is mostly therapeutic for me. Like, when I paint, it's my happy place. It's where I feel the most zen, most calm. Like, if I'm having a particularly shitty moment, I just, prepare my paint station and start painting. And I just feel great. I feel happy.
And so do you do it all by brush, or do you use airbrushes and stuff like that to cut down time?
Yeah, I only use brush. Of course, I spray them to, to get them a prep for painting, but that's The only thing.
These tentacle monsters are pretty badass. I've got to admit, they are cool.
Yeah, pain engines. I really like the Dark Elder's aesthetic a lot.
Yeah.
At first, when I got into into this hobby, I was like, I don't really care about these weirdo spiky guys, but more I learned about them, and more I started to love these like BDSM spiky elf pirates from space that live the raid and rape you.
Sounds like progressive degenerates from space. So. Oh look, that one's even got a tentacle. What's the guy here? Look, he's got a.
Oh, that's a whip.
He's got a tentacle whip. I need one of them. Keep stretching the line. That is cool. Have you got close-ups of these coming up, or?
No, sadly.
Otherwise we'll just have a look at these.
Because it's like, this, like, do I really want to show this because they're all crap? It's that feeling.
I know, man.
One doesn't struggle with.
Oh, these are cool. What are these called again? The big,
They are pain engines,
Pain
Kronos
engines.
and Talos pain engines. The one with a lot of tentacles is the Kronos one, and the one with the guns is Talos.
Just gonna have a look.
Dark Elder pain engines.
Alright, we found them. There's a few of them, actually. Yeah. Ah, god damn it. Goddamn Bing. Gotta stop using this shit. Keep forgetting. Wow, that's cool. Look at the spine and everything.
Yeah, it's like Dark Eldar, especially what they call the homunculus cults. They are this, like, Cenobites from the, what is the movie called again?
Hellraiser, yeah.
Yes, Hellraiser. They're essentially that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I love that aesthetic of, these people that used to be people being twisted and molded into engines of wars and slave soldiers.
Ah, okay, so that's what's going on. Oh, that's cool.
Yes. But sadly, they were shit in 7th edition 40k.
Oh, as far as... what's going on there?
As far as gameplay,
Yeah,
and
as far
I was
as
still
gameplay,
considering,
yeah.
getting the gameplay back then. I was like, I really want to get into it, but these guys are just, they just don't play well. They are way too expensive to field, and it's like, So I just only got a few boxes of them just because I just love them. And you see the big guys with the weapons on their hands.
Oh, yeah,
Five of them.
these guys